Alright, so this is my thoughts about the GR86 in Assetto Corsa Evo as a real owner. So I tried to set this car up equal to how my car is set up in real life. It's on road tires and the pressures are around the same. I've also set the camber to 1 because I'm running in real life around 1.6 camber, so let's throw that to 1.6. My alignment maybe isn't perfect in real life, but that's fine. So in AC Evo, the model of this car is technically the premium. In real life, mine is the base. However, I do have the Brembo package, so it should be pretty equal. The suspension might be a little bit different, but this is just to get an overall sense of how the car actually feels. I have, in real life, tracked the car quite a bit, so let's see how it feels. Alright, so first thing out of the gate, because my car is relatively stock, it definitely doesn't sound like this. It's more of a robot noise inside the car from the fake noise. This version of the car, the steering does feel pretty similar. I mean, as close as you can get on the sim, but it's as responsive as it is in real life. The way that the car slings its weight around, it feels in real life like a heavy car. I come from a Miata years ago that I began tracking, so in this game it feels like it's got similar weight as it does in real life. The red line, it's pretty equal to real life. I would say it revs just a tiny bit higher in real life. You can rev it out realistically to like 7,700, but like when it slides, it feels pretty real. I'm guessing that these road tires are similar to like a 200 treadwear, maybe a 300 treadwear even. But for some reason, I don't know if it's a tire model or just the engine that they built the game on, which I think is unreal. When you're sliding, you'll be like midway through a turn. And here, I'll do it right here. Like right there, it seems to grip up in a weird spot. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, and like I said, it feels like the tires, they get hot and then they cool down a little bit and they like grip up again. It's super weird. And I don't feel like that's the same in the first Assetto Corsa. Let's see if we can replicate it here. Like there, for example. In real life, you'd be able to slide that corner more. Even with a little bit of less steering input, the car would just bring you through the corner. But in this game, it's like the car really wants to grip up. So let's try to put in a solid lap. I'll try to go as fast as I can and slide as minimal as I can to get a good feel of how the car is in the game versus real life. Full disclaimer, both in real life and in the sim, I'm nowhere near the fastest driver. I drive in an advanced level like DE days and open lapping days, but again, I'm not a race car driver. I've not been doing it since I was a child. Uh-oh. We're gonna get black flagged out of here. But then other times, like right there where the car just slid, it felt pretty realistic. It just feels like it's trying to grip up more than it should, and I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like the front end has this like unnatural amount of grip. I don't know if the camber's wrong or like the tire pressure in this game is just different. Again, it's not super exact on my same car, so I don't know what kind of tires we're on, and I don't know, what the tire pressure is, or what it should be on these tires. I just set it to how close it is on my car in real life. I would say though, and I may be biased, this car is my favorite car to drive in this game. Of course, I do own one, but I found it feels the best. Some cars like the 488 Challenge and like even the 296, they just feel a little weird. I know the 296 in this game has an open diff, and in real life it also has an open diff on some of them. So I don't know, the differential programming in this game feels a little weird. Like on the SF, or sorry, not the SF90, the on the 296, it just seems like you cannot put power down out of a corner, no matter what. And in real life, I'm sure they have some torque vectoring and stuff that makes you put it down. I've not driven one, but I've of course watched Chris Harris drive one and a few other people drive one. But I don't know. So let's try to get a solid lap in here, and then we can wrap it up. So, final thoughts on the GR86 and the Assetto Corsa Evo. I think it's pretty good. I mean, it feels like they took the model, or I guess like the handling model from the 86 that was in Assetto Corsa, the first one, and place it over this. I mean, I can almost guarantee, if I put them back to back, that it's the same engine noise, which I don't think is right, because that one is the FA20, the 2013 through 2020 BRZ, FRS, and GT86. And this is an FA24, which is a completely different motor. So I think they really are not doing it justice by doing that. Of course, it's early access, so it might be a placeholder sound, and I would probably almost guarantee that it's a placeholder sound. And of course, I know Kunos is a pretty small team. They can't focus on just one car. And to be frank, I'm sure these companies like Ferrari and Porsche are probably paying a ton of money to have their cars represented accurately in these games, whereas Toyota is represented across many games, as these other companies are, and so they can't put a ton of stuff. Now, it's also a possibility from a dev perspective, when they were recording engine audio, that they have a bad day, or something wasn't right with their equipment, so they just had to use this engine audio as a placeholder. Other notes about the car. The rest of the car feels good. Now, I wish there was a little more, I don't know, I guess, fidelity in the chassis of the car. Like I said, it feels like a carbon copy of the 86 from the last game. Putting them back to back, which I've not done, but I should do, they feel super, super similar. Of course, other than power, which they just might have taken the torque figure and the power number and bumped it up a little bit and changed the gear ratios, but these feel almost identical. I'm curious to know what you think. If you want to see a comparison, I'll conjure up something and put them together. I'm not much of an editor, but I'm sure I can find my way. So yeah, let me know, and I appreciate you watching.